You can start wherever you want, but I would appreciate if you could start with what's going on with these inventories.
Yeah, I mean, the inventories are high, and we're not surprised to a large extent because we've been hearing this for the last 2 months across retailers across the board. And 23%, I think their inventory position, it'd be interesting to find out how much of it is footwear and how much of it is apparel. Because if you look at the numbers in detail, footwear sales were actually still very, very strong, but apparel came in a little weaker. So if the build is on the footwear side, we wouldn't be as concerned. But if it is largely apparel, then we could see more discounting, and that's never a good thing for margins, as well as just for the brand, right? Because you don't want to see Nike merchandise on sales and get customers once again trained to shop on discounts.
How is the health of the U.S. consumer?
It's mixed. So if you look at the numbers, North America sales, even though they had a top line beat 3% versus an estimate of 1.4%, North America sales did come in lower than expected. They were down 5% versus a decline of 3% that was expected. The beat really came largely from EMEA, which was up 20% versus a 9.6% estimate. China, much, much weaker, down 20%, largely due to COVID lockdowns. It'll be interesting to see what they say on the call about the lockdowns now kind of hopefully largely past us, and if the demand is picking up there again.
And Poonam, let's talk about China. The Greater China revenue, $1.56 billion. The estimate was for $1.74 billion. So it was already expected to be weak. Weaker than expected, though. What's your take?
Yeah, I think it's definitely weaker than expected. I'd like to hear them say that, that basically has bottomed out and China is now going to just pick up from here. We did hear that from some brands earlier in the month where they did talk about, China kind of the lockdowns are easing and people are starting to shop again there. So that's a good thing. If Nike comes out and says that again on the call, that would be encouraging. But I am very concerned more than China right now about North America. The environment here, there's a lot of, it's inflationary and it is a large business for them. China, we all talk about China a lot, but China's 18% of their business. So North America is a much bigger piece of the business. And I would want to know really how North America is tracking on this call as we move into their next fiscal year.